Alright, so boom, the reveals and stuff is literally around the corner, and you know we're all revolving around the hype, which is Ultra Instinct Goku, the leak that had happened. We know he's going to be dropping. He was on the banner for the guild's announcement, which is wild out of everything, but that's besides the point. We are here discussing UI Goku, right? UI Goku is what we're here to discuss. Wanted to talk about the kit he could potentially have, wanted to talk about the elements he could potentially be, the type he could be, what type of teams he would work on. It's all just speculation in this video, but it's all fun to do. Of course, we don't know what he's going to come with or going to have. We don't even know what he is at all. Everyone's obviously speculating that he's an ultra. He doesn't look like an ultra, but we don't know that 100%, but we're going to run with it anyways. But of course, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video, man. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. I'm talking too much. We got to get into this video. I'm sure you guys want to know what my thoughts are revolving this new Ultra Instinct Goku. Alright, so cool. What I've gone and done is opened up the Dragon Ball Legends news website, right? And I brought up all the characters. So these are all the characters for Universe Rep. This would be all of them, but we're only going to really discuss the Sparkings and Ultras, so all the EX and Heroes don't matter. This is all of Universe Rep. So we're going to start with just the Ultras and Sparkings, and we're going to start with blue because we're going to go in color order. So there's no blue Ultra revolving around Universe Rep, so that could be possibly something UI Sign could have. Bear in mind that he's also God Key, so I might dive into that a bit more, but I think it's clearly a Universe Rep buff, so we'll just stick to that. If we go to Sparking now, we see you got 17, Gold Frieza, the Beerus is washed, everybody else is washed. I don't think they'd want to replace Gold Frieza or 17 yet, so I'm very avoidant of the blue element. I don't think the UI Sign would be blue at all, given that 17 is a very, very useful candidate for Universe Rep, so it wouldn't make sense to get rid of him. I just don't see it. Gold Frieza obviously switches element as well, so these two are just super comfortable in blue, which is why I think blue is just out of the question in regards to the new Ultra UI Sign. If we go into green, I think it's going to have similar reasons. So we got Evoken recently, and we also have this Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. We have Toppo, right? So Toppo, I believe he's Zenkai Boss Universe Rep. We should actually just check that just to make sure. So if I actually open it up here, right, I press the Zenkai, you're going to see the Zenkai buff around here. Yeah, so he's a Zenkai ability buffer for Universe Rep. That would obviously be useful for Evoken, but because Evoken is new, I feel like there's no reason to drop a new Ultra that would also fit the same color, same role, similar abilities. So for that reason, I would also just rule that out. But let's also point out the fact that Rev UI is literally an Ultra Instinct user, so why would they release two Ultra Instinct units that are going to be the same element in the same year? I just don't see that happening. So let's just count out green for the same reasons. There's no Ultra, obviously. So let's go to purple now. Purple, we got Gold Frieza, Jiren, and Ultra Instinct Sign. Jiren, Zenkai Boss powerful opponent, but UI Sign, I believe, is Universe Rep. So I think that's fine. Let me actually just check that. It might be like Universe Survival Saga. Let me just check that to be 100% sure. Zenkai Buff is Universe Rep. Alright, cool. So that's dope. I think Gold Frieza is just too solid. He also just dropped this year. So for purple, I'm pretty much ruling it out. There's also an Ultra Instinct user in the purple. So I think this is just without a doubt not going to be purple. But the reason why I would say it could be simply because this guy could Zenkai Buff him. But I think that's not really a good line of reasoning to just say, alright, cool, it's gonna be purple because there's one Zenkai buff. That's not a good option, and no ultras. So let's go to yellow now. Going into yellow, we got the new Golden Frieza, we got SSBE, we got this yellow Jiren. Yellow is easily the weakest tag. They don't have any premium unit that is up to date with the times. I guess SSBE is the closest we've got, but really and truly this Golden Frieza is holding it up for yellow Universe Rep, and Jiren as well. So I think Jiren is looking quite good. If you're wondering who's behind me, you can see the name Rosie and the transforming Goku that has a Zenkai now. I think yellow would be a good element. They got a Zenkai buffer here, which is dope. They've obviously got the other Zenkai buffers revolving around God Key and Saiyans, but this one here is a good Zenkai buff if you want to run a God Key type of variation. If we're looking at Ultra, there should be nothing. Oh, there's Kaioken. Ooh, that's interesting. We're gonna have two Universe Rep. I completely forgot about this guy. But I don't even think this guy's washed. They gave him a little plat. This guy got some like fake plat. So seeing him being yellow and like ranged might be the most likely if we're really looking at it. The Sparkings are washed, and even the Ultra is washed. I think yellow is a very probable option, but I think we should just scope out red as well. So we've got MUI. For that reason, I think it's just locked off and hit. They have a pretty decent Ultra that released this year as well, and then MUI, of course, being the anniversary unit from last year, and he's an Ultra Instinct user, so for that reason I just say no. And Bergamo, it's just a HP buffer, so I don't think you'd want to have like the same color red. Let me even check what he's Zenkai buffs. I don't think it's universe rep. I'm certain it's not. Yes, rival universe, so UI sign wouldn't be able to get it anyways. But for the element, I think the strongest candidate is definitely yellow. Definitely yellow. So I'm gonna lock in terms of yellow for the element that I'm going for. I think yellow just makes the most sense. It's the weakest out of all of the elements. It's got the least good pieces in terms of premium value, so I'm good with yellow, but let me know what you guys think. Now, I just wanted to bring up God Key for sake. In terms of the ultras, this is what we've got, and I feel like red and purple just go out the window even more. Rose maybe not so much, but let's count him. I would say he also put green out the window, so yellow is clearly the weakest. And then if we go to sparkings and we just want to count the legends limiters, right, if we look at blue is not really cooking in terms of God Key. Green is not cooking really in terms of God Key. Purple have UI sign, so they're good on that. Yellow got Trunks and Vegeta, even though they're kind of dead, you know. If you want to use them, sure, but let's not act like they're great, and it's only Vegeta anyways. Purple, I already said it's cooked. Red, MUI is the Ultra Instinct user, so we're just not going to take it. Green has Rev UI for the same reasons. In terms of premium value, I think we're good on that. Let's just be for real. So again, it shows that yellow is the most valuable in terms of what UI sign could possibly be. So I'm taking yellow even more so now that I've looked at God Key. Right, so in terms of type, I've already pretty much locked it in as ranged, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. But let's really look at what's available for Universe Rep in terms of a ranged unit. So UI sign, we got Zenka, of course. He's a blast type, so that's also good. If you want to see where it says it should be somewhere here. Range type, there you go. He fits the bill as well. Just looking at it, it's a UI unit, right? If we look at MUI is strike based, right? But nobody really uses him. He's kind of the most outdated UI unit we've got in the game currently. He'd be the 4th most outdated as of the UI releasing, so that would be tough. So I'm pretty much just gonna lock him out. Rev UI, he's also a range type, so that works. If we go on further, Evo Ken, they're also a range type, so it pushes the idea even further. If we look at 17, also a range type blast based unit, here we go, it's right there, so that also works as well. Let's not count that out. We're not done though. We got Jiren over here, range type. These universe rep members are killing it in the range scene. And then Goku and Frieza, I believe they're melee type. Let me just make sure that's the case. Where is it? Melee type, there it is. But they can play both roles because of how versatile they are. So in general, I think it just makes the most sense for your new UI to be range type. I hope they don't do anything stupid like releasing a defense type UI. Man, that would throw everything off. Not to say that just because they're defense type they'll be bad, but when they make a defense type, the idea with their kit is often shafted. I don't want an ultra. I don't think anybody wants an ultra defense type. It might very likely shaft them because where they're actually pushing towards building their kit, they know they're making it so that it's more on the defensive end anyways, rather than an offensive character. They're not going to give him some crazy offensive feats. Like, let's look at Ultra Super Vegeta, right? He's a defensive character, even though he's a fusion warrior, and you can see they really just prized him on the fact that he can have endurance and stay alive, you know, type neutral factors as well. He does have long combos, but the damage isn't great, so it's just really just extending your time, which is exactly what he does in the anime pretty much, even though he was overwhelming. So it's interesting, man. I just hope they don't do anything bizarre. Range type makes a lot of sense to me, in my opinion, considering we already have 2 UIs that are also range type. So yeah, I'd lock in on that, man. Type ranged, I think I'm good on that one. Now, if we're looking at Universe Rep at the moment, Universe Rep, I feel like the main team, the best team in the game right now has to be Evo Ken, 17, and Jiren. Some people swap out Jiren for Gold Frieza, and that still works the same. But the most popular one, and if you look at the top ranked PvP right now, you're going to see a lot of Jiren, because Jiren is super valuable with what he contributes to the team alongside 17's value. So the endurance factor and being able to have a tanky unit really will help you out a lot. If we really look at it, if we're looking at a yellow range type, who would he take out on the team? I'd say it'd most likely be Jiren or Evo Ken, depending on how good he is. That's going to be an interesting cut. But I feel like Universe Rep is just so good because they're literally getting a full color wheel except red. They got the blue here, they got the green here, they got a purple and another blue, and they're gonna get, assuming, a yellow. Red is just irrelevant, but that's fine anyways. We don't need to really worry about it. And everybody uses, well, everybody would use like Bergamo for the HP, so it's fine. Universe Rep is really cooking in regards to that. It's really interesting to see that you can really run any element except red and really do crazy numbers. I could see people making him run instead of 17. A lot of people have been trying to downplay 17 for the utility aspect, and you could say that if UI has the gauge, the utility aspect would be good. So you wouldn't really need what 17 provides when you can just dodge, you know? So I kind of respect that as well, taking 17 out. But if it was me, I think for starter, I would actually just keep it 17, Jiren, and then UI Sign. But this guy could actually stay on the team as well. I think it's just a preference thing. It's really going to be preference, and I think a lot of people would choose UI Sign depending on what he can do, because Evoken's combos are not to be underrated. If it was me, just from preference, just because it's UI, I'm going to take out Evoken. But you could easily take out Jiren as well, because you do already have 1 endurance. 2 is kind of overkill, and this only activates on the rush as well. So yeah, in terms of teams, I think that's what it would be kind of looking like. Now, in terms of abilities, I think the blatant thing would be that he would have the dodge mechanic. I feel like that's calm, right? Ultra UI, he would have the dodge mechanic. Of course, that's expected. Just like every other Ultra Instinct user in the game, I don't feel they should switch from that, because if they do, then it's kind of just taking away the fact that I call Ultra Instinct literally dodging everything. It's the one gimmick that he has, he's not going to have. So I feel like that's a standard, but they need to make it different. It can't be the same thing. It can't just be a new unit that we haven't got before, but with the same things that the other units have. So I asked in my stream, one person said, I believe it was someone's that's their name, Junior Saka. They said that what if UI could cover change themselves, and they would also have a global cover change in terms of blue cards, green cards, blast, strikes, just not ultimates, of course. What if UI could cover change himself? So you know how when you switch out, you would be pressing somebody else? He could literally cover change himself after a certain condition is filled. Maybe his gauge fills or whatever. He might have 2 gauges. So like how Evo can have the switch gauge, but then UI, and then they also have their unique gauge. UI would have his unique gauge, but also another gauge that fills per condition, and then he might be able to cover change himself, save himself, because obviously he's meant to be dodging everything. You can still hit him. He's not impossible to hit, but he could be able to cover change himself. That would be cool. They could give him some aggressive type of indestructible. In my recent video regarding about ultras that could have some broken gauges or anything, I mentioned something that was like an offensive type of indestructible, where as they're attacking, they don't take damage, or it activates based on a certain condition. Instead of when your health hits 0, you stop losing health in regards to if they're in a situation where the enemy is attacking you. I think that would work very well as well. But it just can't be the simple UI dodge. He has to come with something. He would obviously have, as an ultra, the Dokabaki auto win. I put it into one word, so Otobaki win. That would be obviously a standard in my opinion. I don't think they should shaft him on that, even though he's not MUI, he's UI sign. But I don't want to go too heavily, because this could be the first transformation unit, you know? He could be a transformation. So just putting that out there as like speculation. I can't say for sure, but I guess we'll just have to see. But those are just my ideas at the moment. I think those 2 ideas are pretty good. It pretty much makes him that extra bit decent. Maybe give him endurance, that could be nice. Give him indestructible as well, that could be nice. I don't know, at the end as well. He looks beautiful though. He does look beautiful. That's all I pretty much got to say, man. But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. Those are just my thoughts and speculation on what we could be getting out of this Ultra Instinct Goku. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and we have no idea what they're going to bring with this unit's kit. So I'm just headcanoning it, hoping that I have some sort of decent prediction. Press the subscribe button, man. We're on this grind to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.